Joining us now in Studio B is our second guest of the day. And
tallest guest ever.
His show debut.
That can't be right. I'm not.
What's up, Russ?
Russell
Hey, guys.
Larson, former BYU basketball great. Are you the tallest?
Are you 6'11"?
I used to be 6'11".
You used to be.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
Nate
I'm over
Austin's
40 years old now, so it's shrinking.
Down to 6,
yeah, I'm down to
9.5.
6'8" or something.
Okay.
No,
'Cause
I'm
we've had
6'10".
Mika-
6'10".
Okay, 6'10". Eric, Mika, I think Nate Austin's the tallest then.
I don't know.
he
If you put
claims
us
to be
back to back,
7-footer.
everyone
Can we find
claims
that out
to be
tonight?
a 7-footer.
Let's do that tonight.
Yeah, let's
find
do it.
out.
Yep, you got it.
Let's find out.
We'll go
The
out
tallest
warm-ups.
40-year-old to ever join us in Studio B.
There you go.
Come on, Sean Bradley. You haven't had Sean Bradley on?
No.
We haven't had Sean on.
Oh well.
He's been on Studio C, but not on BYU.
You now have the honor.
That's a record I want to hold on to.
Hey, speaking of records, you also hold a record at BYU for the most.
Now, hold on. Russ Larson is one of the best players to ever play at BYU.
Absolutely.
Extremely versatile,
Thank you,
points,
Jeremy.
rebounds,
Thank you.
assists,
Goes
blocks,
without saying.
all of this stuff, okay? With that in mind, continue.
Also, he's from South Weber, and South Weber is awesome.
Oh yeah, shout out to my South Weber Windjammers.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yo,
What's
yo.
going on?
What in the world?
Anyway, Russell Larson holds the record for most personal fouls at BYU, but that might not last much longer. And that brings us to Chasing Larson.
On his way to BYU basketball immortality, Nate Austin is chasing Russell Larson on BYU Sports Nation.
He's down to 10, okay? So there could be 5 tonight. There could be 5 Saturday. What will it mean for you to not be the all-time leader anymore in fouls when Nate passes you? Because that will happen.
It's a huge injustice. Yeah, I've held that record for a very long time, and
Since the mid-90s, right?
since the mid-90s. I am, over 40 years old, so it's been a long time. And I think the referees are giving Nate some fouls that he doesn't deserve, and he's going out of his way to break my record. I know it's a conspiracy. I really believe that.
He fouled out Saturday, and it is kind of sad that the first time we have you in studio is to talk about your foul record. Like, that's just weird. But, yeah, this is a lot of fouls for Nate. I mean, he's an aggressive kind of dude. He draws charges. Sometimes they call those blocks. It just ends up being that he's an aggressive personality that will etch his name in the record books, right?
Well, I mean, it goes to if we're being serious, it goes to his ability as a guy that's always around the ball. He has, he's got a good build on him, but he's not he's not the biggest, strongest guy ever to play at BYU. He's no Hoffa, but he has an innate knack for getting to the ball somehow, and great defender, but he puts himself out there. A guy like that's going to pick up some fouls. My foul actually, the way I went about things was I was a leaper, a jumper, and I was always kind of reaching over and trying to get guys to shoot it, and would follow through and pick up my fouls that way. And Nate is just sort of a bulldozer.
He's brute force.
He's going through people and trying to get to the ball, and does a great job. Tremendous asset to this team, by the way. Way underrated.
How did Danny Ainge have 393 fouls? I didn't know that until today. He's 4th all time.
Yeah,
Talk about aggressive.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's something for a guard to be leading.
393.
I mean, it just tells you his tenacity, his personality. He was the record holder for most personal fouls before I got I took him out. So he was just a hard-nosed, tough player. I mean, he was.
Trey Rollins knows all about that.
Yes, he does, and many others.
We're going there. Russell Larson with us on BYU Sports Nation in Studio B. We've talked a ton about St. Mary's and what the Gales bring tonight. Are you buying into St. Mary's being able to come into the Marriott Center, given that this is their first time out of the state in the regular season in a year? The first game in a year in the regular season away from California. Are you buying them able to come in here and beat BYU in the Marriott Center?
Is Della Vadova playing?
No.
Is he on the roster?
No.
No.
Then I've got my doubts. That's a tough arena to come into and knock BYU off. But they're for real. It's they're getting some national love, and 2 losses over 20 games. That's no matter where you're playing that, they're playing good competition. They've played some tough teams, but the marginal win at Pacific gives me some hope that BYU, in their own house with 20,000 fans, you're going to be able to get it done.
They haven't played a game over with more than 3,500 people watching. So I think this is just going to be a shock to the system. I really do tonight.
Well, it's interesting as a player, when you play in those small arenas, when they're full, it's every bit as intimidating and imposing as an arena that's as big as BYU's Marriott Center. And, so I don't know that the size of the stadium is going to intimidate them at this point in the season. They're 20 games in. We're 2/3 of the way through the season. They've taken their knocks and come out on the other side pretty successful. So I don't know that that's going to be too much of a factor. I just think that BYU's got the horses and the ability to take them out. Certainly, home court advantage makes a big difference in college basketball. So that's going to play a role. But I just think that BYU's playing pretty well, confident off a Pepperdine win, and doing well enough to come in not to be intimidated by a number 25 team or they played fairly well against them in Moraga, but I just think that circumstances being what they are, BYU is going to do well.
Two things to close out here, Russell, as we're running out of time. One, YouTube Russell Larson highlights. Do yourselves a favor and enjoy that to watch his glory days at BYU. And secondly, we want you to give a personalized message to Nate Austin for the moment when he breaks the record so that we can play that for him on the show. So we want you to look into this camera over here, and we want you to give you a short, brief message.
So here's how we do it in the biz. You say 3, 2, 1, pause, and then you can start, okay? I don't know, 30 seconds? That work?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so that camera.
Yeah, okay. 3, 2, 1, pause?
Yeah, 3, 2, 1, pause.
Oh, okay, there we go. Nate, you have worked hard. You've put yourself out there. This is the moment that you've dreamed about as a child. All those days in the gym, shooting free throws, your friends were shooting free throws. You weren't. You were on the sidelines, elbowing, pushing, tripping, hacking, hoping that somebody would notice. And this is your day. Today, the world recognizes all of that hard work as a youth have paid off. Congratulations.
Yes! Yes! Russell Larson for the win.
You weren't on the court. You were on the sideline.
Oh, great stuff, man. Hey, great to have you in Studio B.
It's terrific to be here, guys. You do a great job. Thank you.
We appreciate
Thanks so much. Up
We
next
have
on
trolled
BYU
Nate so
Sports
hard.
Nation.
Oh, my gosh.
How in the world do we top what just happened on
We
the
can't.
air?
Let's just end it.
Good grief.
Master control, fill in the rest of the break.
Come back with our final thoughts after this. Also, you need to sign our flag, Russell.
I'm going to do it. Thank you.